Welcome to Better Together, a podcast about the Southern Baptist Convention's cooperative program presented by SBC This Week. I'm Lawrence Smith. Well, the SBC's financial entity, Guidestone, says it wants to help those who serve the Lord in every stage of life. In today's episode, we talk with Aaron Meraz and Mark Dance, who play key roles in that effort. This podcast is about cooperation, so let's start by talking about why cooperation with Southern Baptist churches is important to what Guidestone does.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having us on this podcast. Mark and I are sort of the Aaron and Hur of Guidestone, and so we're very thankful to be here. Guidestone, of course, was founded as the Relief and Annuity Board of the Southern Baptist Convention in 1918 at the Southern Baptist Convention, and we have continued to serve Southern Baptists ever since. Southern Baptists are our core, and so even though we do not receive cooperative program funds, we gave that back in 2005 so that the International Mission Board would be able to have an extra percentage. But ever since then, we've continued to serve Southern Baptists. About 80% of our members at Guidestone are Southern Baptists, and so we continue to serve them in all the ways that we serve all the different programs that we have: retirement, insurance, property and casualty, wealth management. All of that is available at Guidestone. And so we're very thankful to be able to do that. Of course, our goal is to enhance financial security for our members. And part of that is starting well. And so I'd like to kick it off to Mark on that.
Yeah, Mark, your primary thing is to help kind of pastors chart a course through ministry. So talk about what you do.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the Guidestone's legacy, mission dignity, it helps so many finish well. And a lot of what I do is on the prevention side. I want to help them start well. I speak at seminaries, get to speak at all 6 seminaries this year, and which is generally the starting line. The reason obviously we want to help them holistically with their whole everything the Great Commandment mentions: our heart, soul, mind, and strength. And the sooner we can help them, the better their life will be, their family, their ministry. Everybody will benefit getting upstream. And same with our missionaries. In fact, we asked our younger pastors last year, did an extensive research project, and asked younger pastors what they needed the most help with. And they said, to our surprise, we need help with finances, because pastors aren't required to take financial literacy courses at college or seminary. Second thing they said, we need help with physical health. And the third thing was mental health. And our missionary pipelines are full right now of candidates waiting to be commissioned to the board, and they have the exact same challenges they're working on before they can be commissioned in the field: is financial health, physical health, and mental health. It applies to everybody who said yes to the call of the ministry. So Guidestone wants to be, a stakeholder in their health earlier so they can start well, and then they can stay well. We want to help them throughout their ministry. And then, at the end, we want them to finish with dignity. We want to help them to finish well in a way that would glorify the Lord, but also would be a legacy to their family, because most pastors are not going to outlive their wives, right? And so we want to help not just the pastors, we want to help their wives to finish well, and their children who are responsible for their mom. And so that's why we want to help them plan, have a good spending plan and a good savings plan.
You mentioned starting well, but you also mentioned mission dignity, which is kind of ending well. Mm-hmm. Aaron, talk about that aspect of Guidestone's ministry is mission dignity.
Yeah, so mission dignity, of course, is the relief part of Guidestone. It goes all the way back to 1918. In fact, I have the first 2 pictures of the first 2 recipients in my office, and so we've been doing this for 107 years now, and of course, every single one of them is near or below poverty level. 60% of them are widows of pastors. 1 out of 4 of them is over the age of 85. And then there are 7 who are over 100.
Wow.
And 2 of those 7 are still teaching Sunday school. And so it's that mindset of all of us who are called to the ministry that we want to keep preaching the gospel until the very end. And even our wives have that idea in their head that they want to continue to serve in some way. So,
The way you said that talks about how personal this really is.
Absolutely. When I look at our Mission Dignity recipients, I see my wife and I, because I pastored for 20 years, was a professor for 6 years, and then 8 years ago came to Mission Dignity. And it really is a blessing. They are the greatest group of people. There's 2,800 of them. We provide a monthly gift to them, or a monthly grant, anywhere between $275 and $750 a month. Plus, we provide a $300 Christmas check. Plus, we provide, thanks to the Hawkins Fund, we are able to provide for those who are below poverty level. We're able to provide up to $3,000 for emergency needs, the hearing aids, eyeglasses, dentures, medical bill reimbursement, house repair, things like that. And so we're able to come along beside them, hold their hand until both of them meet Jesus.
Wow.
And that's why we were founded, to continue to do that. A lot of these are they don't want to make a fuss.
Oh.
And
Very humble, a lot of humility.
Yes, they don't reach out to us because they think, I'm content. I'm supposed to be content in all circumstances. And so we have to basically prod them a little bit just to get them to apply, because they're givers, they're not takers. In fact, 98% of them give something back to Mission Dignity. And 100% of what's given to Mission Dignity goes directly to our retired ministers and widows. One of our widows recently wrote to us and she said, because of you, I don't have to eat chips and a Coke for dinner. And
Wow.
So we're able to provide that, all because Southern Baptist churches and individuals give, and 100% of what's given goes directly to them.
This last question may seem obvious, but I want to make sure people understand, what are the benefits that churches receive from cooperating with Guidestone?
Yeah, one of the things that we help them do is advocate for themselves, right? Because pastors, that's counterintuitive for us. We want to go in with a basin and a towel and serve, and we don't want to ask for a raise and salary adjustment, things like housing allowance. We don't know how to do a lot of things. So we've prepared some resources to make it easier for the pastor to advocate for themselves, and also to help the churches advocate for their pastors.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've simplified, we have a lot of resources, 107 years, we've been doing this a while. And so we've created a website that has those resources curated with pastors in mind. It's just guidestone.org/pastor. If you can remember the word pastor, you're there. Guidestone and pastor will get you there. And on that, you've got some 3 to 5 minute videos. Some of them are like how to pay your pastor, how to do a housing allowance, why to not opt out of Social Security, all the questions that we get asked that we're not really prepared to answer. And even the people that are helping us are not. And so many of those links and resources were created to be simple, not because we don't think pastors are smart. It's just that we're competent at other things.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to use our resources to help you figure out housing allowance, to figure out the state protection section of
Sure.
how, with the state, we can work to make sure if there's a premature death, that there's a widow who's being taken care of. Just having a Guidestone account, we have 260,000 people that we're serving, and we love serving. And yet, if they don't know about our resources, they can't really help their family and help their ministry. And so having, the historically faith-aligned funds, so we don't have any guilty aftertaste about what we're investing in, but can still compete in the market. Really, it's just a matter of this. If you're a pastor listening to this, my encouragement to you is if you don't have a plan, a spending and a savings plan, start one now. I don't care how many birthdays you have. Start one now. It's inexcusable to someone who's called to lead and manage their family and their ministry and not have a plan. And let Guidestone help you have that plan. If you don't like the way we do it, find somebody else to help you. But give us a shot, and I think you'll be surprised at how we're ready and eager to help you find a plan that'll help you start well, stay well, and finish well.
I agree. And can I just say something about that? Because it was a Guidestone representative in 1996 who came to my church when I was a new pastor, and he laid out for me basically three things. He said, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, well, I want to preach until I die. I want my wife to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And then I want to give.
That's good.
That's three things that all of us in ministry
do. That's right.
And he said, then you have to start first giving to Guidestone so that you can build up enough money to continue to do the preaching that you want to do and to take care of your wife if you pass away, and so that you can continue to give in your old age. And I sat there and I was like, that's it.
Yep.
That's it. And that's exactly what we do.
That's it.
And it's beautiful. It really is.
And I can really tell that you both really enjoy doing it.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
We're both pastors, and
Yes.
the president of Guidestone's a pastor, and
He
they always
is.
have been a pastor. So
Yep.
we do work with 500 financial professionals, but we always have a pastor in the church at our heart
Absolutely.
works. And so thank you for saying that.
Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate
you.
the work that you guys do.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you for joining us, and join us next time as we continue to explore all the reasons why Southern Baptists are indeed better together through the cooperative program.